We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. In his new budget, the Harford County executive is proposing that schools get less money than previous years. Coming up, how school leaders are responding and who gets the final say. City police are investigating yet another shooting in Baltimore. We'll look at where the crime is happening and how it appears to be spreading all across the city. And is the crime hurting the city's ability to recruit workers? We'll look at what job seekers are saying and how the city is trying to combat the problem. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with the crime crisis in Baltimore. There has been yet another shooting in Baltimore. A 22-year-old man was shot multiple times in North Baltimore. That shooting marks the 89th shooting of the year. Now, it appears the violence in Baltimore is happening all across the city, from Canton to the Inner Harbor, Charles Village to Druid Hill Park and beyond. We have team coverage of the crime crisis and how it is impacting the city. We begin with Shannon Lilly for a closer look at the unpredictability of Baltimore's crime. Shannon.
Well, this Canton community is still reeling following the brazen armed robbery and murder of a T-Mobile employee right here on Sunday. And more we continue to see, no matter your zip code, crime is not sparing anyone. In fact, if you take a look right here at your screen, this was the scene of shots fired last night in Charles Village, not far from the Safeway there. This scene along Maryland Avenue and 25th Street. You can see here an entire block taped off, shell casings littering the street. Right now, no word of a victim. But it comes after another shocking act of violence happened here Tuesday night. Police say a pizza delivery driver was shot in the face and leg outside Druid Hill Park just before 11:30 while he was delivering an order. Police say the suspect shot the victim, then stole his car and drove away in it. And of course, you'll remember this chaotic scene from last month with two teens shot along Pratt Street, just steps from the Inner Harbor. Cell phone video capturing the aftermath as crowds ran.
There's no boundaries, no time of day. It doesn't matter if it's the afternoon, doesn't matter where you are. You can be the victim of a horrible, violent crime. When you step out of your house, you're in danger in this town. Doesn't matter where you are.
That was former Police Commissioner Ed Norris. He says that people are leaving the city in droves and crime is to blame. Reporting in Canton, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
We want to hear from you. Do you think current city leadership can fix the crime problem? So far, 99% of those who have voted say no. Head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in. As crime continues in the city, more people are moving out of Baltimore than into the city. The city's population has been dropping for more than a decade, and now city leaders are admitting that getting some people to move to the city is a challenge.
We have had several candidates that have identified the residency requirement as a barrier in recruitment.
Baltimore City is facing a recruitment problem. City leaders say they're having difficulty finding people to fill some of its top positions across various departments. Now, the issue surfaced publicly at a city council committee hearing on Tuesday. Olivia Dance takes a closer look at why it seems the city is having trouble filling these positions.
Tuesday's hearing came after reports that the mayor's chief of staff and communications director left their positions. But beyond that, there are still several vacancies right here at City Hall, including the Department of Public Works director, the head of procurement, and the fire chief. According to Faith Leach, the city administrator, and Quentin Herbert, who is the city's human resources director, despite hiring incentives to attract top talent, they say the city faces a major hurdle. That hurdle is the city's requirement that executives live in Baltimore City.
We have one agency where we've been recruiting for a bureau head for quite some time, and a person has been acting in an interim capacity, and that person would be, quite frankly, the ideal candidate for the position. But they don't want to sell their house in the county to move into the city and start over again.
But Eurypsy Morgan from the People for Elected Accountability and Civic Engagement, or PEACE, thinks the city should remove the residency requirement. She also says she's not surprised the city is finding it difficult to find people that are willing to move to Baltimore.
I think it's a combination of things. I think one, it is the fact that, I mean, who wants to uproot their life if they don't have to, especially if they live right, within driving distance. But then when you look at the reason why people are leaving the city, which is probably, I think, a reason why many people would not want to move into the city. Crime is, of course, the biggest factor, but also then quality of life.
And at that hearing on Tuesday night, city leaders didn't address the issues with Baltimore as the reason why many candidates might not want to live here. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
11:05 now. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one tonight in Harford County. There will be a hearing on the county executive's proposed budget. It's causing some controversy. Harford County Executive Bob Castley is allocating less money for county schools than previous administrations, causing concern from District Superintendent Dr. Sean Bolson.
We requested $19 million above last year's funding. He's chosen to fund us at $19.5 million below what we received last year. We haven't seen funding go down year over year in the recorded history of Harford County.
We've more than fully funded the state, our educational budget over the last several years, and that's enabled our Board of Education to accumulate a fund balance of over $93 million.
The Harford County Council will be the ones to consider the proposed budget. You can find more details about tonight's hearing on our website, foxbaltimore.com. Trending number two, a fire breaks out overnight at a home in northwest Baltimore. Firefighters say they couldn't go inside because of damage to the home from a previous fire. Ultimately, they were able to put the fire out from outside. It took them about 2 hours. No one was hurt. Trending number three, today MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson will address the media for the first time since agreeing to that record-setting 5-year contract extension with the Baltimore Ravens. We'll be there, and we're going to bring you the very latest on that at Fox 45 News at 4. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Trending now, more and more schools are ditching homework. Coming up, why they're moving away from traditional grading and how they're assessing students instead. And New York becomes the first state to ban natural gas and other fossil fuels in new construction. The legal challenges the law could face. And we are following the developing story out of Atlanta, a suspected gunman captured after a deadly shooting at a medical center. Coming up, what we are learning about his past.
And we're getting ready for temperatures reaching the 60s. However, we have another chance for showers. I'll let you know the timing of the rain and when we finally dry out coming up in my full forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
It's 11:09 and we're taking a look now at your social stream. Police captured the person accused of opening fire inside an Atlanta medical office. Police say the suspect, 24-year-old Dion Patterson, killed one woman and injured 4 others. They say he then carjacked a person and used their car to get away. He was eventually captured after a short manhunt. We are learning that he was a former member of the Coast Guard who was discharged in January. Police have not released a possible motive or if the suspect was connected to any of those victims. A lot of people talking about this on social media. This Atlanta hospital is home to some of the best nurses, doctors, midwives, administrative and blue workers in Atlanta, Georgia. Shooting innocent, hardworking people in America must stop. Unnecessary grief and trauma. Praying for all of them. Someone else, Zachary, saying it's becoming difficult to keep track of the different mass shootings. Well, New York is now the first state to pass a law banning natural gas and other fossil fuels in most new buildings. The bill, which marks a major victory for climate activists, requires all electric heating and cooking in new buildings shorter than 7 stories by 2026. For buildings taller than that, the requirement kicks in by 2029. Exceptions include restaurants, hospitals, and other facilities. The law will likely face legal challenges. Opponents call it unconstitutional, and they say it will drive up utility bills and housing costs. Voice for Justice here. New York leads the way as the first U.S. state to outlaw natural gas and other fossil fuels in most new buildings, favoring eco-friendly alternatives. This bold move will help cut the state's greenhouse gas emissions and steer us toward a cleaner, greener future. Obviously, very much in favor. Another person, Mike, not so much. New York adds more reasons not to live in New York. A new twist in the Alec Murdaugh saga. The convicted killer is making a bombshell confession. He says that he lied about the 2018 death of his family's longtime housekeeper. Gloria Satterfield was found at the bottom of the steps leading into the family's home. Murdaugh initially told authorities she fell after tripping over the family's dogs, but he is now claiming that he invented that story to get an insurance settlement. The money was supposed to go to the woman's family, but Murdaugh is accused of keeping it himself. He is currently being sued over the fraud scheme. He's also serving a life sentence for the 2021 murders of his wife and son. This just is all a lot. All right, one person saying, duh, it's easier if we start with what truth has he told? And then Rachel tweeting, so what actually happened to her? Still ahead, new questions about child safety features on Facebook, how the feds are accusing the site of misleading parents. But first, a possible breakthrough treatment for Alzheimer's. We're going to look at the results of a new clinical trial. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo, then at 1 it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2, 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14). We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. A much nicer and drier day today than we saw yesterday. Stay with us. Coming up, meteorologist Jasmine Lomax will let us know when we could see the 70s and possibly 80s again. A health alert about a new breakthrough drug to treat Alzheimer's. A new experimental drug has shown promising results at slowing cognitive decline.
It's not a cure. It is not going to be a miracle drug. It is a great first step.
According to the drug maker, clinical trials showed the drug slowed declines in patients' ability to think clearly and perform daily tasks by more than a third. The drug is a monthly infusion and removes plaque buildup in the brain, which is a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. The FDA is approving the first RSV vaccine to protect older adults from the respiratory virus. It marks a pharmaceutical milestone 6 decades in the making. RSV is often associated with babies and young kids, but it can also be dangerous for seniors.
The big news is that we have one manufacturer now that has produced an RSV vaccine that is targeted to older adults. So along with influenza vaccine and COVID vaccine, we'll be able to prevent serious disease that can lead to hospitalization in older adults against these 3 very bad respiratory viruses.
The drug made by GlaxoSmithKline is designed to be given as a single shot to those 60 and older. The FDA is also considering Pfizer's similar vaccine for older adults. However, that drug maker is also seeking approval to vaccinate pregnant women, so their children will be born with some protection as well. Making headlines, Facebook is being accused of failing to protect children's privacy on its Messenger Kids app. The FTC says Facebook is misleading parents about security controls. According to the report, kids are able to communicate with unapproved contacts on the app. To improve safety, the FTC wants to ban Facebook from monetizing the data of those under 18. It is also trying to limit the site's use of facial recognition technology. Facebook's parent company Meta says it shut down a network of fake accounts that were pushing pro-China talking points. The social media giant says the pages appear to have used artificial intelligence to seem legitimate, luring more than 15,000 followers. Coming up later today, how short is the Baltimore Police Department? At 4, we're going to take a look at the numbers and the impact on public safety. A fight in Harford County over the new county executive's budget. At 5, the rally in response to what some say is a reduced investment in education. And an uptick in crimes committed by young people. At 6, the role the pandemic has to play. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:17 and now to today's talking point. An argument ends with a vote to kick a woman off a plane. It happened on a Frontier flight from New Jersey to Atlanta. Video posted online shows multiple people fighting. According to the person who posted the video, a couple was arguing with the flight attendant over a seat before they were removed. Then fellow passengers who were apparently fed up over the situation voted to boot a third person from the flight. She had apparently also been part of the argument. The woman was eventually removed by a man who said that the airline can't have fighting at 30,000 feet in the air. According to the FAA, there have been 586 reports of unruly passengers so far this year. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. Gotta go, gotta go.
Yeah,
Off the plane.
Yeah, I think people are definitely on edge these days. I think people are, more vocal than they've ever been. And I guess I'm not necessarily mad at it. I mean, we've all been in situations where you just wish something would happen, but it just feels like things are always about to go off.
And that's a very uncomfortable feeling on a plane. Yes. And I was on a flight to come home from somewhere when we were delayed for an hour because a couple of people got into an argument about sitting next to each other on the plane. But so they were trying to calm them down. They were trying to reason with them. They took them off into the jetway to try and talk it out. There is no talking it out. I mean, it's Southwest. You got the number you got. You sit where you sit. If you don't like it, you got to make some other arrangements. You're grown. You can't be fighting and holding everybody else up. So
I just go. Give me my peanuts.
I don't want the peanuts. I want to get where I'm going on time. I don't like sitting. I don't want to sit.
Here's my sign.
Peanuts next time.
Here's my sign, Patrice. Peanuts.
That's
Actually, they don't do peanuts anymore. Now they do the little things now, so they don't do peanuts anymore.
Yeah, they do
the crackers,
pretzels, and a mix. There's a mix.
Yeah,
I don't want that. I want to get where I'm going. And I think grown folks should be grown and stop fighting on planes.
Well, I don't know. They're grown fights.
And that's a problem on a plane. All right, true. Moving on. There were some overnight storms in Texas, as meteorologist Jasmine Lomax shows us. Lightning really lit up the sky. So not fighting, we're talking about lightning now.
Yeah, we're talking about something else happening in the sky. And this photo, absolutely stunning, coming in from Texas. Again, as you mentioned, this was overnight as they dealt with storms. And actually, still today, parts of Texas will be dealing with storms as they're under a slight risk. Here, we also have the chance for a little bit of rain, but nothing on the severe side. Just a few showers that could have impacts on your drive later this evening. And even the afternoon, as those showers begin, you may notice that as well. We've got high pressure building into the region, but we do have a system over Texas where we have a few showers. That's where we could see storms a little bit later on. Now for us, we are mostly dry in our area. However, we are looking at showers to the west, and eventually those will move toward our area this afternoon. And you may want to add extra time to your drive this evening as those showers move across the region. 56 for the current temperature and mostly cloudy. Winds are out of the north-northwest around 9 miles per hour, so just a light breeze right now. Temperatures are mainly in the 50s across the state, and most of us are dry. This changes by the afternoon. We're a couple degrees higher than we were yesterday, and we're finally on that warming trend. It's going to be a little bit cooler than average today, but we follow that with higher temperatures on Friday along with dry weather. Then numbers will reach the 70s on Saturday, again with a nice and dry forecast for the weekend. Notice this afternoon we're tracking a few spotty showers. Not everyone will deal with rain, but at times we could have pockets of moderate, even heavy rain. This gradually starts to taper into the night, and then starting off Friday with nice and dry weather and plenty of sunshine. More clouds arrive by the afternoon, but we stay dry with highs in the upper 60s. There's the chance for a few overnight showers, but by Saturday morning, we're back to dry weather. 63 today, 68 tomorrow. Then we'll be on the 70s on Saturday and again on Sunday. Upper 70s, low 80s on Monday and Tuesday. Then we stay warm after that. Back to you.
And thank you. Still ahead, it's May the 4th, or as Star Wars fans call it, May the 4th be with you Day. Coming up, how Princess Leia actress the late Carrie Fisher is being honored today. And we're also getting a closer look at the newest group to be named to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, how one person is making history with the honor. And Primetime is all new tonight on Fox 45. First at 8, it's Next Level Chef. At 9, it's the season finale of Animal Control, followed by the season finale of Call Me Kat at 9:30. Then, of course, keep watching for Fox 45 News at 10. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. shootings. It's 11:25, and you don't want to miss this. It is May the 4th, or as Star Wars fans call it, which you'll hear all day, May the 4th be with you day. And today, Princess Leia actress Carrie Fisher will receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Fisher had a diverse career. She was an Emmy Award-nominated television actress and a novel author, but she was always best known for her portrayal of Princess Leia in the Star Wars franchise. Fisher died in 2016. With her star, she will join her co-stars Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford on the Walk of Fame. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announces its new inductees. The class of 2023 features a diverse group of names. Just some of those to be honored include Willie Nelson, Sheryl Crow, and Chaka Khan. Soul Train creator Don Cornelius and the late George Michael also make the list. Missy Elliott will make history as the first female hip-hop artist to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That ceremony will take place November 3rd in New York.
This Fox 45 News segment is sponsored by Shine Medical Center.
It is that time of year where we celebrate Mom, and you could win extra spending money every day from now until May 12th. Grab your phone and scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. Play our Mother's Day Mania trivia contest. Get the question right, and you could win the $100 daily prize. You don't even need to be a mom. Again, just scan that QR code to get the Mother's Day Mania trivia question of the day. Good luck. That's all we have for Fox 45 News at midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
That's right, Patrice. It's that awkward moment when the check comes and you're out with a group of friends. How do you split the bill? The question is now going viral. And among a new trend is sober living. It's creating new controversy. We'll chat about it coming up on Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Tomorrow, I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Fox 45 Studios in Baltimore. Joined today by radio personality Jeff St. Pierre from iHeartRadio and meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Let me tell you right now, trending now, it's news we know kids will love and likely parents too. A growing number of schools are ditching homework and deadlines. Instead, they're turning to what's known as equitable grading. The new grading policy allows students to retake tests and assignments, also measures what students have learned by the end of a term without consequences for behavior. Advocates say it helps reduce grading biases and helps improve students' grades, but opponents say the change has led to a lack of accountability. I will say this, it is weird. My daughter seems like she waits till the end and then turns everything in the night before. You know, it seems like it's a mess. It seems like a mess, Jeff. I don't know. What do you think?
You know, I was reading articles about it too, and I kept coming back to that whole procrastination thing. And I was like, even when I was in school, we had a ton of homework, but we all still waited to the last second to get the stuff done. Like, I don't know why they think this is a new problem for kids. Like, procrastination has always been around. But I do like it because you don't really know what every kid is doing after school. You don't know what their family life is like. In high school, they could have a job, they've got sports. So I do think there's an element of not making these kids take home 3 hours of homework every night that's beneficial to them.
Well, and so, Jasmine, what do you think? You're like, you just got out of school, like you're the youngster. So what do you think about this?
Oh, gosh, school was so long ago. But I kind of agree, kind of disagree with the plan. I mean, I had so much homework after all my after-school activities, so it would have been nice to kind of have that break. But at the same time, kids have deadlines.
Yeah.
They should have deadlines. I mean, you're going to have them when you grow up and you're working, so they should get used to it now.
And Jasmine, look at you got the most challenging field, meteorology, and you aced it, so it made you stronger. I will say this, I got basically three in college, and I don't know if they have my oldest, she's pretty much a superstar. I don't know if they're tough enough, man. Get the homework done. Do it. Get in there. They're not very disciplined, and they don't react well to getting checked. You know, it's kind of like, I was just like, I don't know. So I guess we'll find out. We'll find out in a couple of years. Growing debate over how or who pays for what when you're dining out with friends. Now, it's not uncommon for friends or groups to say, hey, let's split the check. But some are raising an interesting point. They're asking, is it fair to split the check if everyone gets drinks and they don't, of course, because alcohol runs up a hefty bill. I guess what I'm trying to say, if somebody got to drink, somebody else, is it fair to split it? A lifelong challenge. What do you think, Jeff? Well, first of all, Jeff's rich, so he can just pay for everybody. But that is kind of, when you're sitting there and you didn't order drinks and your friend got a buzz, it is kind of like, should we really pay the same?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I didn't drink at all until after I graduated college. I was always the sober driver, and I would have friends that would always say, want to split it? I'm like, look, man, you just spent $30 on beer. I'm sitting here having some buffalo wings. I don't know if that's fair. I'm a poor college student. I do think when we become adults, we probably even out a lot more. You know, you split a check one time, then you're the one drinking next time, so it probably evens out better. So I don't know. I think every friend group's going to have to make this decision on their own.
I'm curious, Jasmine, what do you do?
Oh, I'm totally against splitting the bill. I just don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, you ordered something, pay for what you ordered. Plus, now we have Zelle, we have Cash App, Venmo. So it's not like you have to struggle and say, okay, waiter, can you split it this way? You can just Cash App the person at the end.
That's right. Now, we want you to tell it. Are you a fan of splitting the bill evenly? Vote now on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. And when you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. You know how we do it. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody's talking about, okay? Another big night on The Masked Singer. We saw 3 contestants move into the semifinals, but one went home. If you haven't seen the show yet, this is the spoiler alert. The mystery of the UFO is revealed. When the mask came off, the UFO was revealed to be model, influencer, and former Miss Universe, Olivia Culpo. So were we shocked by this, you guys? Did you see this at all? Jeff, you see it?
I missed this episode. I have watched some of the episodes this season, and I feel like they've brought out some pretty big guns this season. I know NFL star Keenan Allen was on it. Lou Diamond Phillips was a part of the show this season. Alyssa Joan Hart, somebody that I grew up watching on TV. It's been kind of cool to see some of these names, but I did miss Olivia, so I have to say I'm not familiar with this
episode. The UFO outfit was awesome. Jasmine, what do you think?
I'm not too familiar with her. I know who she is, but There's no way I was going to identify her voice, but I mean, good for her.
I thought you would know. Don't forget you can watch The Masked Singer Wednesdays at 8 right here on Fox 45. Trending today, Gen Zers are ditching the smartphone and going back to the phone of their parents, the flip phone. A new report by the Wall Street Journal sheds lights on the new trends. Apparently, some Gen Zers say smartphones have become a distraction. The use of the flip phone takes away from all the unnecessarily scrolling and just leaves the basic functions, texting and calling, all that kind of thing, and the emergency calls. All right, Jeff, we remember a time. What do you think? You like this or you don't like it?
I love it because, like you just said, I think they're taking the focus off of the scrolling. They're taking the focus off of being stuck on social media all day. Seems like Gen Z's got their head on their shoulders, right? And I love to see that. I think they're taking back the priority of, communicating. That's the phone's process, just communicating. That's what you need it for.
And Jasmine?
I don't know a single Gen Zer who isn't on their phone 24 hours a day. So who did they talk to for
That's
this?
hilarious. Well, thanks, guys. So still ahead, we're exploring all that Baltimore has to offer. Coming up, we'll take you to Fort McHenry and share some of the site's famous history. But first, say goodbye to tired-looking skin and, yes, your wrinkles. Got a new skincare routine to help you, look better. It's coming up in Steals and Deals.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
It's time to save some money. Today, Genevieve Gorder has a deal on one of her favorite skincare products. And get this, it works while you sleep.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
You guys, we have one of the hottest trends from one of your favorite beauty brands and anti-aging brands, Wrinkle Schminkles. Now, every time they come onto the show, and they've been coming on since the very beginning, we sell out. So pay attention because this is a new product. These are their self-dissolving micro needle patches, and here's how they work. You simply peel off the patch, apply with a bit of pressure, and you'll start to see the incredible results. I like to wear these overnight, and they literally melt into your skin. The micro needles are actually crystals on the patch infused with ingredients to plump and hydrate your skin, just like micro needling, a favorite celebrity skin treatment that you can now do at home. Collagen and peptides melt away and infuse deep down into the skin, helping smooth those fine lines and wrinkles, whether it's around your mouth, by your eyes, between your eyes. We all have our areas. Now, most skin treatments sit on top of your skin. The patches work below the surface, and the results come from inside out, into the dermal layers of your skin. We always sell out on Wrinkle Schminkles, so do not wait on this. They come in a pack of 4. Get a few boxes, try them out. Trust me, the results are fantastic. The deal on Wrinkle Schminkles microneedle patches is 25% off. These are a must-have in any beauty routine. Simply go to asadeals.com.
What's going on, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and we're at lovely Fort McHenry, a national treasure filled with history and, of course, beauty. And with us today, we have Ranger Shannon McLucas. How are you?
I'm very well. Glad to have you guys here today.
It's great to be here. So tell us, what Why is this famous? Why is Fort McHenry famous?
Well, there are a lot of reasons Fort McHenry's famous. The best known, of course, is it's the home of the national anthem. It's the place that inspired it. But what we like to think about here at Fort McHenry is that you had a broad diversity of community coming together to defend the city of Baltimore. And that's really the story that inspired the song. So Fort McHenry's known for its role, of course, in the War of 1812, but it was much busier than that. It was built in 1802 to protect the channel of Baltimore, the port itself, but it was in service until about 1945. And so there are a lot of different stories here at Fort McHenry. You can look at the War of 1812, you can look at the community of defenders, the civilians who supported the place. You can get into the Civil War and how this U.S. fort used to keep Baltimore within the Union. You can look at World War I, where all of the ground around us had a hospital that served 3,000 or 30,000 patients actually during the First World War. And then you get into the Second World War, and the Coast Guard protected the river here during that time. So there's a lot to learn here, and it's all, our hometown history.
Man, you're making it sound so exciting. We have to come back and check it out. So after the Battle of Baltimore, how long was the fort used?
The fort was used as an artillery garrison until about 1912. And then the U.S. Army owned it. There was a push to make it a national park in the early 20th century. And so by 1925, it's established as Fort McHenry National Park, but it's still owned by the War Department.
Wow. So tell us about the Guard.
Oh, the Fort McHenry Guard. Okay. Well, actually, I'm a member, too.
Okay.
But yeah, the Fort McHenry Guard is a part of the volunteer program. It's been around for 40 years, and it's a way that we can essentially bring the fort to life. So when people come here, they get the sounds, the sights, the smells. They see the uniforms. They see some, civilian clothing. We'll do some cooking demonstrations, so you can come here. In the same day, you can hear fife and drum, smell bacon and coffee and black powder all on the same day. But it brings the fort to life. And so we have volunteers, we have youth, we have some of our other paid staff who jump in every now and then. I'm a musician and a sailor. Oh. On some days. But no, it's a great way to give people an interactive experience and a really kind of immersive experience of being in the fort and seeing what life looked like.
And so where can people go to plan their day at the park?
Oh, well, if you're going to go, if you're going to plan your visit, you can go to our website, which of course is nps.gov/FOMC. You can also go to the NPS app, and you can download that anywhere you find your apps, and that'll have plan your visit information for every day and then for special events too.
Thank you so much for this great information and hanging out with us.
Thank you. Glad to have you guys here.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
It's the perfect, easy-to-make dish that's sure to impress without causing stress. Cooking mom Amy Hanton is here with another delicious dip recipe for us.
Well, hey, everybody, it's Amy, and I'm back with another delicious recipe. I love any kind of a dip, and I'm always looking for a new, delicious, different dip recipe. And this is it. It's a winner. And if you keep the ingredients on hand, which I try and do, you can whip this dip up at the last minute for movie night, for the big game. It's a warm-baked Swiss almond dip. So it's something a little bit different, and man, is it yummy and so easy, too. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out with 1 block of softened cream cheese. And if it's more at room temperature, it's just going to come together a little bit more quickly. And then to that, we're going to add 3/4 cup of real mayonnaise. You want to use the mayo, not the salad dressing. Now, you could do this by hand, but I just like using an electric mixer just for a second, just to blend it together and get all the lumps and bumps out of the cream cheese. And again, if your cream cheese is at room temperature, it's going to come together really quick. Boom. Told you that was easy. Okay, so the next ingredient, we're going to add 2 cups of shredded Swiss cheese. You can buy a block of Swiss cheese and then just grate or shred it up yourself, or just buy the pre-shredded Swiss cheese. Either will work. So what I try and do is, I've always got mayonnaise in the refrigerator, right? I usually have cream cheese too, and if you've got the Swiss cheese, you know, you're in business. And I love dip recipes like this that come together in minutes, and this is a real wow factor. All right, so I like to do this in like a pie plate or a small casserole dish. It's kind of thick right now, but when it bakes, it gets really creamy and smooth, and the house smells so good. And as I mentioned, just something a little bit different. You can also make it ahead. So, you know, if you want to get it done, basically you just mix it all together and get it in your, cover it and get it in your refrigerator. And you could make this a couple days ahead, and then you want to definitely serve this warm out of the oven. So just bake it when you're ready. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add some sliced almonds over the top, just for a little crunch. It's a Swiss almond dip, and I love the combination of Swiss and almonds together. And again, it's cheesy and the crunch when you're dipping. And this goes into a preheated 350-degree oven. It's a quick bake. Takes about 12 to 20 minutes until it's warm and bubbly and looks like this. Oh, yeah. Definitely serve this out of the oven. Warm and yummy. It's just, oh wow, it's dripping all over, making a little bit of a mess, but I can hardly wait to dive in. Optional, you can throw some green onions over the top and then just serve it with your favorite cracker. You can also serve it with warm, or I should say cool, crisp vegetables, French bread. But there you go. This dip will be a winner. Swiss almond dip. Enjoy. And as I always say, cook up some memories. We'll see you next time.
Beautiful start to this Friday Eve. Here's meteorologist Jasmine Lomax with your best weather in America.
Hey, Mark. We are taking a look around the Ohio area. First, we've got these blue jays coming in. Absolutely adorable. And then we have a view of the Smoky Mountains. You've got the blue skies and the nice greenery. And then finally, some more plants just looking beautiful as we continue what's been a cool week, but clearly in parts of Ohio, much nicer there with the sunshine. Unfortunately for us, not too much sunshine today as we get ready for another chance for showers. Temperatures, however, in the 50s right now, mostly cloudy outside. Winds are out of the north-northwest around 9 miles per hour, and we're still dry. We'll stay that way for a couple more hours. Across the state, we're seeing temperatures mainly in the 50s. This is higher than they were this time yesterday, and that's a sign of our warming trend. Today's temperatures will be higher than they were yesterday. We reached the low 60s, then we'll be in the upper 60s tomorrow. And on Saturday, temperatures return to the 70s. We do have that chance for a couple of isolated showers this afternoon, and that could have impacts on your plans. High pressure will eventually work its way into the area, and that will help to dry us out for the weekend. But until that happens, we are keeping track of some showers to the west and eventually across our area. That rain will arrive. It will be spotty. Not everyone will see rain, but at times, those showers could be moderate, even heavy. They gradually start to taper as we head into the night, and then we'll start Friday with dry weather and temperatures in the 40s and 50s. As we head into the afternoon, more clouds arrive as we reach the upper 60s. We'll stay dry until the night. That's when we have our next chance for a few spotty showers. But the good news is that on Saturday, we're back to dry weather, and we'll stay nice and dry on Saturday and again on Sunday. We're also looking at an unsettled pattern as we move forward. So next week, you'll notice that our rain chances do increase as we start the work week. Every day, there will be the chance at least for a few spotty showers. Today, though, our temperatures reach the low 60s with the chance for afternoon showers. At times, it could be a little breezy. Tomorrow, we reach 68, and that's followed by the 70s on Saturday and Sunday, upper 70s and low 80s on Monday and Tuesday with the chance for showers for the upcoming week. Temperatures remain in the 70s and 80s. Back to you.
Gordon Ramsay returns to Fox with his new show, Food Stars, where celebrity chef hopefuls compete to become the next big TV chef. Here's a sneak peek at what's to come this season.
It's time to get down to business. The business of food. And I'm looking to invest.
$250,000.
Of my own money. It's not just an investment, it's a partnership. Each week, I'll put the best food entrepreneurs to the test.
Which team is going to raise the most amount of money?
With a series of business challenges that will show me what they're made of.
We care about our profits. We're running businesses. Anxiety.
I need to refund you, ma'am. I'm sorry.
To be successful, they must know branding inside and out. Grilled cheese, now there's a shot.
Yeah. That makes me want to order it.
Be someone who breaks through and makes noise.
It has a 2.2 horsepower. That's like a go-kart.
The only difference between me and you, Gordon Ramsay hasn't crushed your self-esteem yet.
Wow. Winners hustle and make tough decisions fast.
We got this. She dropped the ball.
This was a profit challenge. Is that registered? I've never felt so embarrassed in all my life. I'm looking for my next food star. The person who I'll be investing in is...
Food Stars premieres Wednesday, May 24th on Fox 45.
And action. Who's most like their character? Definitely this cat. It's like exactly like a cat.
We're all a lot like our characters.
Everyone is their character.
So like their character.
Ravi definitely has elements of Patel.
I'm basically always tired. 4 play dates, a Spider-Man birthday party, 2 trips to urgent care, and my parents are in town. Let's just go ahead and say that they have opinions. How was your weekend?
Joel.
I take the longest in hair and makeup because I get full body makeup each time for no reason.
Whatever he's doing is working.
Grace is always there, grazing.
Ravi. That's not like a conspiracy. It's definitely him.
You guys know about this taco truck up the street? Breakfast leaders are 4 stars. That might be me again. I need help.
Probably Joel.
Joel gets along well with animals.
Even the snakes that he has wrapped around his neck.
It's on me now!
I would have freaked out.
I think it's pretty clear who gets along best with the animal co-stars.
It's just a few stairs, and I'll be with you the whole time.
I'm gonna guess it's me.
Hi, I'm Joel McHale.
And I'm Michael Rowland. And we just want to say thank you to the real animal control officers out there.
You're doing the real work that he and I would be terrified to do.
We know you're battling bears,
wrangling raccoons,
and you're securing snakes.
You are the unsung heroes of communities and neighborhoods everywhere.
Because we couldn't do it.
We really appreciate it.
Truly.
We love you.
Animal Control, Thursdays at 9 on Fox 45.
And be sure to catch the season finale of Animal Control tonight at 9 right here on Fox 45. Still ahead, who pays for what? Coming up, the new question about splitting the bill and if it's fair when dining out with friends. There's growing debate over who pays for what when you're dining out with friends. It's not uncommon for friend groups to say, hey, let's split the check. They're asking, is it fair to split the check if everyone gets drinks and they don't? So is it fair asking those who aren't drinking to pick up the tab? We wanted you to tell it. Are you a fan of splitting the bill evenly? Right now, most of you are saying, it depends. Great show lined up for tomorrow. Things are heating up on 911 Lone Star. We're taking a behind-the-scenes look at this season's hottest relationship drama. That's tomorrow right here on Be More Lifestyle.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And thanks for inviting us into your home as always. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow.